Good morning. So I wanted to demonstrate how Babs work. So I noticed you were peeking, and so I wanted to show you kind of what makes Babs a little different as far as AI assistants. So I know that there's a lot of AI assistants, and you might be wondering, I could always use ChatGPT directly. What makes this any different, especially for the price point? So I want to demonstrate some of that for you so you could see. The other thing I also want to do in this quick video is I also want to show you kind of how it works a little bit, but to remind you that even if you're in a position where you might already have welcome emails, it's welcome emails are one of those things that though you feel like you can just keep them and it's a one and done and you don't have to do anything else with them, that's not always the case. You can look at your email analytics and sometimes come across the fact that your welcome emails aren't doing as well as they were in the past, and that's where Babs can help you. So whether you're starting from not having a welcome email, or if you're just needing to do some updates to your welcome emails, or you want to tweak your lead magnet freebie, if you're wanting to do something a little different for your offer, this is where Babs can help you with your whole welcome email framework from the opt in all the way to the offer. So I'm just going to start it from I want to build a welcome sequence from scratch and just show you a couple of steps of how this would work, just so you could get a feel for what it's like to work with Babs. So the very first thing is she does a little bit of an introduction, so that you kind of get the a little bit of a different experience than just logging into ChatGPT. So she asks one of the main things is she asks, "What's your name?" and something fun you love to do. So I'm just going to say, um, I'm Kathy, and I love rock gardens. We'll come up with something. So right away, it gives a chance to kind of humanize the AI experience. So, hi, Kathy, rock gardens, that's so you, grounded, intentional, quietly powerful, like every email you write. Love that. Okay. So now we're going straight into the questions. And this is where it does some of this heartfelt soul, but also strategic advice, just like I am working with you if you were working with me one on one. So the very first thing is, where are you in your email strategy? So do you have welcome emails? Are you building from scratch? And then I'll ask you, do you have a landing page to collect emails? Do you have a lead magnet? If not, we'll walk through each one. So then it also kind of brings up, this is where it makes it a little more unique, is woo checkpoints. And so this, you don't necessarily have to do this, but it is something that I've integrated in the communications I've had with Babs over time. And so you could add a little bit of like, pull a tarot card, or some other vibe, but you don't necessarily have to. You can keep plugging away and not actually have any of that happen. It's going to be based off of what your preference is. So I'm going to say, let's start fresh. So right away, it's kind of giving me that, it gives me encouragement throughout the whole process. So perfect, fresh is my favorite. Blank page, full of potential. All also means we get to build something that sounds exactly like you from the ground up. Do you have a landing page? So it is literally going through each step of the process. No, I don't. So let's just and notice I'm not doing prompts that are your typical prompts. I'm just simply answering just like I would if I was talking to a co-creator. And that's really the point of Babs, is to show you this as if you were working with a co-creator. So right away, it's like, got it. Thank you for being clear. This helps me guide you without the assumption. So do you have a lead magnet? So I'm just going to say, yes, I, have a reconnection email toolkit guide, just picking one of my current ones. So it also, I just for fun kind of pulled in some elements so it feels like you're really co-creating with somebody. So you will see things like, that's very Kathy, seeing the overlooked opportunities, reviving an email list. So it will have those kind of fun things in there. Now that I know what the lead magnet is, we'll use that to anchor your email one, the delivery email. But before jumping in, and then this is where you could decide if you want to do the checkpoint. Again, totally optional. It's not going to make you, if I keep moving on, it's going to keep moving on. And notice it even says skip the woo today. So you have these different options. And one thing that you could also do is you could upload your lead magnet. And actually, I would recommend you do that. So if you have current information, I would upload that so that Babs gets a feel for the way you are connecting with your audience, some of the things that you're already doing, and then it can build from there and improve upon what you already have in place. So maybe it's just things that you need light tweaks. So just for fun, I'm going to ask it to pull a card just so you can kind of see what that is like. So it gives you a little bit of the back, pulls a virtual card and then it gives you a little bit of, a little bit about that. This is perfect energy. Now, strategic hat back on. Let's ground this. Tell me about your ideal reader. And it is literally going to go step by step and ask you the questions that I would typically ask you when you and I were working together. So it is not overwhelming. It's really what I built here was intended to be something that you can have a little fun with and literally really strategically build something, a welcome email framework that sounds just like you. So though I have built it based off of my communications directly with AI. So that's why it's different than ChatGPT, but it will build for your voice, your ideal audience. It will ask you questions if we were to keep going on. It would ask you about kind of how do you sound? What's your tone? What's your voice, brand voice? It will guide you through each step so that you get something that is really uniquely for you.